30th here. Opening day of spring gobbler. Came in here last night, checked the area for roosting birds. Saw fresh scratchings and fresh sign right where I'm sitting, to my right here. Birds have been in here all spring. Been scouting it out almost weekly. Second year hunting this area. Last year I killed 2 birds. It'd be that way up on the hill. But they had been roosting down here, and there's a big draw that cuts down through here. A lot of times they go up to the field, and there are birds that roost on the other side of the field. But there must have been, I know 6 jakes came in on me, flew down from the roost. 6 jakes basically marched right by at about 30 yards, following a few hens. And there was one over the hill, that's 7. Then there are 2 or 3 behind me, that's 9 or 10, and then this one. So there was probably close to a dozen gobblers in here, jakes and longbeards. It was a pretty interesting morning. It's a perfect morning. It's calm, it's clear. You can't ask for a better morning than this. But the story behind this gobbler is the jakes came in first. They moved off to my right, which would have been down in that direction. And I heard these gobblers over here to my left, and there were a set of gobblers behind me, be that way, on the hillside there. And I mean, they were going off. I didn't call or anything when they were on the roost. I waited till the hens flew down. They're right in front of me, 30, 35 yards. And fortunately for me, I was sitting next to a really huge oak tree, up against a big oak tree, and anything coming in from behind me would never see me. And if they would flank me to my right, flank me to my left, and worked across, I would have gotten a shot. Similar to what happened here. I was down in that direction, below this gobbler that came in. He was gobbling, but not a lot. He gobbled several times, but when he started working this way, he didn't really gobble, he was drumming, and that's what I heard. And before he could see me, I heard him, and I swung left around the tree, and put the gun up in his direction. He walked out into an opening at about 45 yards, and I shot, and he went right down. Didn't even flop until I walked up to him, so I must have hit him pretty good in the spine or in the head. It dropped him in his tracks. But a tip from this hunt: get yourself in a position. And how do you get yourself in position? You've got to scout. You've got to know what the turkeys are doing. You've got to know where they like to fly down. You got to know the areas where they like to work. Like I said, I came in here last night. I saw the fresh sign. I saw the fresh scratchings. I knew the turkeys were in here. I actually found a broken egg from a disturbed nest. And I've been scouting this all year. And what my plan was to get down in deeper. But I changed my mind and said, I better stay up high. So that's a big tip. If you think turkeys are roosting on a hillside or in a draw, take the highest position possible. All right? Stay above the turkey. It's essential to stay above the turkey, because I was a little bit below this turkey. I mean, there were turkeys roosted behind me, but I didn't take into account. This is like a bowl in here, okay? And I'm below some of these turkeys. The way this bowl goes, it put me below it. Now I was about at level with this gobbler. There were turkeys way down below me, and then turkeys behind me were above me. So I decided I'm going to focus on what's in front of me. Nothing can see me from behind because of the big tree. Another tip: find the biggest, cover your back with a big tree so nothing coming in from behind. And turkeys will come in from behind you. It happens all the time. It happened on the youth hunt. Had a turkey come in from right behind me. Unfortunately, we're dealing with the youth hunt. We have some inexperience with the young hunter, and there's 2 guys. So, in order to move like that, that's a lot of extra movement. That's double the movement, and that's, the turkeys have eyes that can spot any kind of movement. So this guy came in from my left, directly to my hard left. I had to turn. Fortunate for me, I heard him. He he was drumming, and I started hearing him walk. He was strutting and drumming, and well, what they call a spit and drum. It actually sounds like a spit and then a fluttering sound, like right. Those are types of sounds you got to learn in turkey woods. You know, they're typical sounds: the cluck, the yelp, gobble. But you've got to tune in on a lot of the other sounds. That's why it's so important to be in these woods as much as possible if you want to have success. Well, turkey hunting, deer hunting, hunting in general, being in the outdoors is my passion. I like to make these videos so I can help people learn and be ethical hunters. Get out here, do the scouting, put the time in. It's good to be outdoors, and this is my greatest stress relief. There's no other place, nothing else I can do for me than to be out here in the wild, in the fresh air, you know, decompress. It helps relieve stress and anxiety. But another point I want to make, and I say it probably almost a lot of the videos, take a kid hunting and fishing. You know, it's spring gobbler season, trout season's in here in western Pennsylvania. Take a kid fishing, take a kid hunting. You know, be there for the kids. A lot of times we have kids, especially nowadays, they're misguided. Not everyone's fortunate to have everything. You might make a difference in someone's life if you're there for them. You know, you offer to take them out. You know, do things with young kids. I was very fortunate to have older brother and my dad, and that's where I started learning. I started going out before I could hunt. They didn't have youth hunts back then. You had to be 12 back in the early 90s. You had to be 12. And I went out and just watched. You know, I remember one of my first significant experiences was preseason scouting with my brother. He goes, let's go see if we can locate some turkeys and see where they're roosting or see where they're working. And we go down there and hunt them. I'm like, all right. So he had this Gobbler shaker. I think it was made by Quaker Boy. He goes, we're just going to get one to shock gobble, locate him and see where he is. Well, we were standing there and the bird gobbled. And he's like, we'll just sit here and see what he does. The thing came right up to us almost like 30 yards. It was a big, thick, heavy bearded bird. And I was like, wow, I was hooked. So shout out to my brother, my dad, and everyone that makes this possible. You know, I thank the wildlife agencies like the Pennsylvania Game Commission. I'm on state forest right now, the DCNR. This is great stuff, guys. You've got to we need more people out there hunting, whether it be people who are older, who've never experienced this, or young people who are just coming up through the ranks. I remember a good friend of mine several years ago when we were in high school. He wasn't interested in hunting really. He was curious because I always talked about it. And he said, well, I'll come along scouting with you. I'll see what this is like. And unfortunately, heart's heavy. We lost him a couple months ago. Sudden death, and everyone was shocked. Great guy, had a great future. He's only 40 years old, so I'm going to dedicate this Gobbler. Dedicated to my friend Ron. It's been tough. But felt like he was with me today. So everybody, get out there. I got another tag. I'm going to try to take someone else out. I already texted my brother, but I don't think he has service because he's hunting. And it wouldn't go through, so he doesn't know I got lucky here. My dad's got a tag. We're going to see what we can do here. Season's just beginning. So good luck to everyone. Get out there, get scouting, take a young person out, take an adult out that's never experienced it. Good hunting, good fishing. Everyone take care.